The man who abandoned her just walked back into her story, but destiny wasn't done shocking Maya. The restaurant fell silent in Maya's ears. Her hands froze, her breath stopped. Stanley stood right there, the man who left her pregnant, ashamed, and alone. He walked closer, guilt swallowing his pride.
I am so
Maya,
sorry,
I am
Maya.
so sorry. Before she could move, he pulled her into a hug she didn't ask for. She stood stiff, caught between old wounds and old memories. Her shift ended. He insisted on driving her home. She agreed, not because she trusted him, but because confusion can make even a strong woman tremble. The car stopped in her compound. Before Maya could speak, little feet ran across the yard. "Mommy! Mommy!" Layla, full of life, full of light, flew into her arms. Stanley froze. His eyes widened, his breath ripped out of his chest. "How old is she?" he whispered. Maya tightened her grip on Layla. "It's none of your business." She walked into the house with her aunt trailing behind her, leaving Stanley outside, stunned and shaking. Maya sat on her bed that night, holding her sleeping daughter. Her auntie spoke softly. "You need to tell him. She deserves a father." But fear is louder than logic. What if he rejects her? What if he walks away again? What if he breaks her heart like he broke mine? Through tears, she whispered, "Lord, don't let my baby be broken by this." By morning, her decision was made. She would lie. Better a lie than another heartbreak. Just as dawn broke, the doorbell rang. Stanley stood there, and beside him, his brother Samuel. They both looked wrecked, like they hadn't slept. She opened the gate silently. They walked in with heavy breaths and heavier questions. Suddenly, Layla woke up, crying, and ran into the room, tiny feet pattering across the floor. The moment Samuel saw her, he gasped, "Stanley, that's our blood. Look at her. She looks just like our mother." The truth fell like a verdict from heaven. Maya's shoulders dropped. She couldn't lie anymore. She nodded. Stanley walked toward Layla slowly, as if approaching something holy. "May I?" he whispered. Maya nodded, trembling. He opened his arms, and Layla, as if guided by something divine, walked into them. She rested her tiny head on his shoulder. Stanley broke. "My child, I'm so sorry." He turned to Maya, tears flowing openly. "I should have been here. I should never have left. Forgive me, please." Years of pain melted. Maya collapsed into his chest, whispering, "It was so difficult." And he held her, regret and redemption weaving through their tears. Days passed. Hope returned. Peace returned. Joy returned. Stanley asked to be in Layla's life. He asked to fix things. He asked to marry her. Maya didn't shout. She didn't celebrate. Her heart was still learning to breathe. But she nodded quietly. Maybe, just maybe, God was restoring everything. His family welcomed her with joy. Layla blended right in, a perfect reflection of their mother. Maya brought Stanley home. Her father watched him carefully, like a man who had seen his daughter bleed before. Stanley promised, "I'm here for good this time." But sometimes, before God builds, he exposes what must be torn down. One quiet afternoon, Maya was feeding Layla when she heard a knock. She opened the door, and a young woman stood there, eyes swollen, hands shaking, breath breaking. The moment she saw Layla, she collapsed into tears. So it's true. He has another woman. Maya froze. The woman sobbed harder. My name is Aisha. I'm Stanley's girlfriend. Maya's world cracked. Aisha continued, we live together in the other country. We've been together 4 years. I just had his baby 6 months ago. A tsunami of heartbreak crashed over Maya. And the worst part? Aisha wasn't lying. Her pain was real. Her tears were familiar. Maya whispered, broken, I didn't know. Maya's hands trembled. Her knees weakened. Another betrayal. Another wound. Another woman hurt by the same man. She looked at her daughter, innocent, smiling, untouched by the storm, and she made her decision.
It's over.
She faced Stanley with steady eyes.
Anymore.
It's over. You can see your daughter, but you cannot have me. Her heart shattered, not because she stopped loving him, but love without truth is poison. When Mr. Larry heard the news, the quiet man transformed. He will not hurt my daughter again, and he will not play with her life. He blocked Stanley from their home for days. He guarded Maya, guarded Layla, guarded peace. A father's love is a fortress. Stanley returned again, crying, begging, promising. But Maya's heart no longer responded. She had seen too much. He had broken
Please, I'm so sorry.
too much.
I didn't mean for any
And
of this to
another
happen.
woman's
Can you ever
tears
forgive me?
stood between them.
Maya!
He said he finally loved her. But sometimes love that arrives late is just regret wearing perfume.
Please leave.
She forgave him, but she could not return to him. Some doors must stay closed. But while Maya's heart was learning to heal, her daughter, Layla, was walking into a world determined to break her. The whispers, the labels, the shame Maya fought so hard to escape were waiting for Layla.